Hello and welcome, my friends, to Crystal Earth Podcast. Today we're shifting our gaze skyward, beyond our immediate world, to a visitor from another star system. We'll explore what we know now about interstellar object 3I ATLAS, and more importantly, the questions it raises. I invite you to journey with me in curiosity without rushing to any conclusions. I'm coming to you again from my car studio, as I want to get this information out as soon as possible for you to digest. What kind of object is 3I ATLAS, and how did we find it? Let's begin with the basics. In July 2025, the object was discovered by the survey telescope network known as Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, ATLAS. Pre-discovery images were found that show it entering our solar system from beyond on a hyperbolic trajectory, meaning it came in, will go out, and is not bound by the sun's gravity in the long term. Crucially, it was designated 3I, the third confirmed interstellar object after 1I Oumuamua and 2I Borisov. It passed its perihelion, closest approach to the sun, on the 29th of October this year at about 1.36 AU, just inside Mars's orbit. So we're dealing with something genuinely foreign to our solar system, our environment, a deep space wanderer that's now offering us a rare glimpse of interstellar material. As scientists have been tracking 3I ATLAS, several intriguing features have emerged. The composition and activity, water vapor, photometric analysis, and infrared all show very interesting structures, which we've gone into in other videos. And of course, the structure and tail behavior. The images show complex changing tail or anti-tail features. One report noted sunward directed jets, which is unusual for a classical comet. And some observations suggest that after perihelion, 3I ATLAS emerged into view with less obvious tail visuals than expected, sparking many debates, clearly. And then, of course, there's the trajectory and kinematics. The object continues to follow its predicted hyperbolic path without obvious deviation so far from gravitational models. Yet, the combination of non-gravitational accelerations, tiny deviations due to outgassing or other forcing, and its unusual composition makes it an oddball. Why is it interesting and puzzling to everybody? Let's talk about why professionals and amateurs alike are sitting up and paying attention to this interstellar object. First, because 3I ATLAS came from outside, its composition and behavior offer a window into planetesimal formation in other stellar systems. For example, the high CO₂ ratio might suggest formation in colder environments or under different conditions than typical solar system comets. Its mismatch with expectations show that many of the features, CO₂ dominance, unusual jets, tail behavior, etc., don't neatly fit the comet from our system. It's not a textbook comet. That doesn't prove anything, but it demands we remain open. An opportunity for learning is there, of course. The more anomalous something is, the more data can refine models. Even if the conclusion turns out to be just another comet, the anomalies force us to refine how we classify, how we measure, how we wonder about these objects. There are key areas of uncertainty which make 3I ATLAS compelling content for our discussion. The nucleus size and structure, the exact drivers of its activity. Why is CO₂ so dominant? The tail appears to change day by day in structure. Is this due to changing solar illumination, fragmentation, changing outgassing, or something else? And the nature of non-gravitational acceleration. Although 3I ATLAS is following its trajectory, subtle forces may still be at play. Is outgassing sufficient to explain them, or might other mechanisms be involved? And then the origin and age of the object. While preliminary estimates suggest this object could be several billion years old, potentially older than our solar system, there is still no certainty of which star system it came from or how. So why we're still in observation mode is a point worth emphasizing. Despite the excitement, the scientific community is holding back on strong conclusions. Why? The viewing geometry is challenging, close to the sun from Earth's perspective for a time. Some data is still being processed. Agencies like NASA are managing resource constraints and instrument schedules, meaning there's a delay between observation and publication. That's driving a lot of people crazy. And extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence. The default assumption remains natural origin unless proven otherwise. Many in the field caution against speculative leaps, though we need to leave those doors open. What to watch for coming up? If I were you, I'd keep an eye on the developments for 3i ATLAS, as there's going to be more data coming into focus here soon. New high-resolution images, new data, especially as 3i ATLAS moves away from the sun and viewing geometry improves. Reports of fragmentation or structural changes. Sometimes objects like this break apart or shed significant material as they heat up or rotate. And updated measurements of gas and dust production rates, especially if they deviate further from known comet norms. Data from missions like the Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, JWST, or other deep space assets that might glimpse 3i ATLAS en route toward Jupiter in 2026. Some of that data will be expected in early 2026, and we'll keep you updated here. So, as 3i ATLAS continues its journey outward, and as our instruments and telescopes gather richer data, we remain watchers, we remain askers, we remain open. We'll check future updates, we'll listen for the scientific papers and verified data. Meanwhile, we remain humble in curiosity. Thank you for joining me for this segment on 3i ATLAS. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe, share, and keep your eyes on the sky. I'll see you next time on Crystal Earth.